Okay guys, I'm gonna be showing you how to jungle with Zephyr in 2025. In my opinion, this is the best rotation by far. I'm gonna speed up the beginning because there's nothing really interesting happening here. You're just gonna be cutting a bunch of trees. We're gonna be starting off with a small camp, and as soon as you get 75 gold, you gotta send yourself Blightstones.
Where the lava flows.
Here it's really important for you to remember to cut the tree here that I'm gonna cut now.
I follow the will of God.
This one. Because that is the most important part of this whole rotation, is to pull the hard camp to the lane.
I burn for Gaia.
And that tree always gets in the way.
With a heart of fire. May nature preserve. Where the lava flows.
So here we got the least lucky spawns on the medium camp. The wolves are very strong, and the wild hunters take very little damage from your W. But this is good for the purposes of the guide. Now we send ourselves another set of Blightstones and a health potion. And because it's wild hunters, you're not going to be able to finish the wild hunters in time, but that's okay.
Where the lava flows. Gone or being singed.
Okay, now we're gonna go and stack the hard camp and then pull it to the lane. This is very important. Don't use the freaking hatchet here because you're gonna need to use it later. The reason is when you use a single point of damage, like using a hatchet or a hit, the creeps are gonna be chasing you for about 7 seconds. But when you aggro them with an AoE spell, like for example the typhoons here or cyclones here, they're only going to be chasing you for about 5 seconds. So just to stack them, we're going to use the cyclones, and then to pull them, we're going to use the hatchet.
Wings of fire!
So you walk into the camp at around 55, like 2 minutes they turn around, and then you go and stand here until 2:04. Exactly when it's 4 seconds into the minute, that's when you throw the hatchet, and then you walk to the lane. At this point, you need to use your Q to get to the creeps here. One little aside here is that you can't do this before 2 minutes into the game. All the spells that displace the neutral creeps don't really displace them until 2 minutes. I guess that's a limitation to avoid people from like jungling with Diva or something like that. Here, obviously try to get as many last hits as you can, and then also if you can get denies, that's also good because that gives you extra health. I didn't get any denies, but yeah, that's okay.
None of your structures is under attack.
I burn for Gaia. I follow the will of Gaia.
Also notice that I'm not using my Q to farm, it's only to pull.
Melt into nothing. I burn for Gaia. Where the lava flows. Wings of fire! Melt into nothing.
Minotaurs and wolves, like this is a very deadly combination, they do a lot of damage, so try to kill the wolf as soon as you can, so the base damage of the other creeps gets lowered. And then same thing, you walk into the camp at around 55 seconds, don't use the hatchet.
May nature preserve. With a heart
404,
of fire,
we throw the hatchet. 405 also works, but yeah, 404 is safer. Here we only got 2 creeps, but we're level 5, so it's okay. We have much more damage now.
your protections are forbidden here. I burn for Gaia. May nature preserve. I follow the will of Gaia. May nature preserve.
We get a live tube, because obviously we want to get the Helm of the Black Legion.
With a heart of fire.
Now we're level 6 at 440. Now we're going to be double stacking the camps here, and then using our ults to the camp to farm them.
Wings of fire! With a heart of fire. Be gone or be singed. May nature preserve. With a heart of fire.
So here, because I finished at 520 or so, we have time to go and farm the small stack before stacking the right side of the jungle.
Wings of fire! May nature preserve.
Obviously make sure that your support is okay with this.
Melt into nothing. I burn for Gaia. May nature preserve.
And then again, I just want to remind you, like, if you're trying to stack 2 camps at the same time, always use the hatchet on the first one, and then walk into the second one. If you walk into the first one with the cyclones, and then try to stack the other one with a hatchet, the first camp is not going to stack, because the creeps are going to run back to the camp much earlier.
Wings of fire! May nature preserve. With a heart of fire. Where the lava flows. I burn for Gaia. May nature preserve. Follow the will of Gaia. I burn for Gaia.
Here I sold one of my shields, so now we can finish the Helm of Black Legion.
I burn for Gaia.
Also, at this point, you don't really need to hit the creeps with your auto attacks. You can just run around, that saves you some health. But I was attacking because there was a skeleton. So if there's all the creeps are melee, then you should just walk around and save your health.
May nature preserve. I burn for Gaia. With a heart of fire. May nature preserve. Where the lava flows. With a heart of fire. Your protections are forbidden here. Where the lava flows. With a heart of fire. May nature preserve. Be gone or be singed. Melt into nothing.
One of your structures is under attack.
Where the lava flows.
Here you could just wait to stack, obviously. I decided to go for it.
With a heart of fire. Where the lava flows. May nature preserve. Wings of fire! I burn for Gaia. Where the lava flows.
Now again we have time to go to the small camp.
May nature preserve. nature preserve. With a heart of fire. Wings of fire! I follow the will of Gaia. I burn for Gaia. May nature preserve. Your protections are forbidden here.
I target the small creeps so that we can get more cyclones quicker.
I burn for Gaia. I follow the will of Gaia. Melt into nothing! Be gone or be singed.
And regarding the items, I don't really know what the best items are for this hero yet. I mostly just practice jungle,
May nature
but I
preserve.
feel like Blood Chalice is always good. And then for the boots,
Follow the
armor
will
boots
of
or
Gaia.
post haste is really good.
With a heart of fire. Where the lava flows. May nature preserve. I burn for Gaia.
So now we're level 11 at 10 minutes into the game,
With a
and I
heart
think this is when you should go help your long lane. This is a moment where you're very thick compared to all the other players in the map, and you should be able to put some pressure on the short lane of the opponent, and then hopefully also occupy their jungle, free up your own jungle for your carry, and yeah, just try to be annoying on the other side of the map. Stop taking farm from your carry. It's very important that they have extra farm in the jungle. So yeah, we have 413 GPM. Sometimes when you're lucky you can get up to like 420, 430 with this build, with this rotation. Yeah, that's it. Hope you guys enjoy. Practice this before you go and ruin some games for other people. This rotation requires a lot of nuance, some practice. Please, if you try to copy this, uh, don't forget to cut this freaking tree. This happened to me before where I go to try to pull. I use the hatchet to cut this tree, and then I don't have the hatchet to actually pull the creeps to the lane. So that's very, very important. Alright, good luck.